Hi guys, it's me Samantha here today, and we are playing with all new makeup. Bunch of makeup that I purchased on Black Friday and throughout the month of December that I haven't yet played with, and came up with this look. So if you want to see how I created this look, continue watching. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Sam. I'm a makeup enthusiast and makeup is my therapy. If you feel the same way, be sure to hit that subscribe button and come back for more videos. So in particular today I have a ton of LYS products, pretty much their whole base complexion line. And then we have a VISEART palette. This is the new Parie E'toile. I don't think I pronounced that correctly. And the newer palette from ISBEL Cosmetics called Dawn of Fall. And yeah, I created this look. If you are interested, keep watching. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to go in with is this LYS Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer. It has 5% niacinamide and AHA. It's supposed to have pore and shine control. I'm excited and nervous because the fact that it says gripping primer reminds me of the Milk Hydro Grip, which I don't love. I don't know why the sticky texture, maybe I'm just applying too much, and almost creates a texture on my skin or emphasizes texture. So I'm hoping that it's more like a serum. It's very clear and liquidy. My skin loves niacinamide. Every time I use it, it responds very, very quickly, but I have to continue to use it. Otherwise, my pores just want to be extremely visible. So I'm gonna let this sit for a second before I go in with the foundation. It does feel very grippy, like very sticky, which is interesting. I would want to wait and see if it gets a little less tacky, but part of me feels like it's the opportune moment to really go in, because if it dries down too much, maybe it'll lose some of that tackiness. I don't know enough about the product to know if that's what's going to happen, but I'm just going to go right in. And for the foundation, I got the shade TG5. I'm going to pump it on the back of my hand. Ooh, very runny. But the color looks pretty good. Ooh. It feels very gel-like. I like instantly enjoyed how it felt on the skin. I'm going to blend it out with a Dose of Color sponge. It is a serum foundation, so maybe a sponge isn't the best way to go in, but it felt thicker than a regular serum, and that is going on lovely actually, so not at all worried. That looks so good. Wow. It's a medium coverage. You can still see some of my hyperpigmentation, but it is evening out my color. It's sitting a little weird on my skin on my forehead, and I don't know if it's the sponge application, so I'm going to add a little bit more and I'm going to rub it in with my hands. Just because, you know, I have a visitor, that pimple there. So we don't want him to be super obvious. And it could definitely be my skin, but let's try to help it out a little. Alright, I used maybe like a quarter of a pump more on my forehead, and then just right here, and I feel like the coverage is exactly what I like, where it's not full coverage, but it does a really good job evening out the skin and covering up any hyperpigmentation. The pump also didn't get like all messy and stuff. Sometimes some pumps, you know, with a serum foundation, it still dribbles down and everything like that. Not a problem. Now, I can't remember if they didn't have a concealer or if I just didn't buy concealer because of the simple fact that I have too many. But I don't have a concealer from them nonetheless. So I'm just going to go in with my Pat McGrath. I have bought so many concealers this year. It's absolutely out of control and insane that I really need to cut down on my concealer purchases. I can't even use the excuse that it's new and I want to try it unless I use something up. This is in the shade, I think 17. Yeah, M17. And I always bring my concealer kind of down around my nose because I get a little bit of redness around here. This foundation is also feels like very matte. Like I feel like it's already dried down and you don't have to add really a powder over it, which is interesting. But I am going to go in with their setting powder, and I got the shade Resilience. It's the translucent one. And I'm going to use one of these little puffs that I got from She Glam, but you can get them on Amazon. They have them. I've been really enjoying a puff for my concealer. I'm going to add a little bit to here because that's where I tend to get oily, between my brows and on my chin. I feel like that looks super, super good and natural. Like, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, it looks super nice. My skin looks good. I like the powder so far. Let's see. The next thing in my routine is always bronze. I did pick up the bronzer in Courage, which is the tan one. I like this tone better than the medium one, so hopefully it'll work for me because I have lost a little bit of my tan from the summer or whatever. Just like my natural, almost my fair skin, what I call my fair skin anyway. And I don't put too much makeup on my forehead because it's darker than the rest of my face, and it just allows for my face to not look too cakey. If the outer part of your face is a little bit darker, you can go a little bit sheerer with your foundation, and then you get that natural bronze look because it is natural. It's your skin poking through. So take advantage. I like that this is really buildable. It's not just like bam in your face, but it's definitely there. And it's very neutral. It's not too warm. And it's not cool tone like a contour, because I feel like people use contours interchangeably with bronzers. Alright, I'm really enjoying that bronzer. I feel like the color is just really, really stunning. And it blended very nicely into the skin, like effortlessly actually. Wow. I'm kind of like sad that I didn't try this line sooner. That I was kind of like sleeping on it. So now we're going to go into the blush. And I actually like this like matte satin finish packaging over this metallic. Like I know it looks pretty when it's brand new, but like it gets so gross. So the blush is Cream, and I got the shade Empower, which it says that it's a satin matte finish. And I'm going to use this Dense BH Pro Brush 15. I don't even know if they have this anymore, honestly, because they've been getting rid of a lot of their individual brushes. So I'm just getting that much. I feel like that's enough. Whoa. That was probably too much even. Let me put some over here. and then try to go back and blend this out. Well, that actually buffed into the skin quite nicely. All right, I think that looks really, really pretty. I like this formula. It feels really, really smooth and like creamy. It's not like balmy or anything. It's very, very different, and I would say unique. I would say unique in my collection of creams, because I either have ones that lean very dewy, and then the ones that are more matte, they have more of a velvety texture, but I wouldn't say that this is really like them. So it's definitely different, which is cool. And then I purchased the Highlight and Brave, which is a champagne gold highlight. Hopefully it's not too icy. It looks pretty gold in person. I feel like the lights make it look crazier. That's probably more accurate. So let's try it. And I've been really enjoying this like star. This is from like the Wet n Wild New Starry whatever Dreams collection. This little highlight brush is pretty cute. And I don't know how blinding this is, so I'm going to try to go in fairly lightly. Ooh. It's very shimmery. It's pretty. Let's see the other side. Definitely pretty. I'm not sure that this is the best brush because I feel like it picks up quite a bit. And I don't usually go for a blinding, but I do love the tone. It has like a little bit more, it has like a shimmer sparkle, almost like a glitter in it, but it's so fine that you can't quite put your finger on it exactly. It's definitely super interesting formula. Now for the eyes, I got 2 palettes from Black Friday sales that I haven't had the time to use, that I really want to try out. So one of them is the VISEART, what is this called? The VISEART Parie E'toile? I'm not French, sorry. And the other one is the ISBEL Cosmetics Dawn of Fall. So these both recently came in the mail, and I'll show you guys what they look like. I ordered them. They didn't like come in PR, just in case anybody's misinterpret that. So I like this little VISEART one. It has like the starry sky kind of theme to it. And then this is the Color Story, which is like blues and purples. And there's a couple blues and purples in this palette that I thought are super pretty. So I was thinking of kind of using them interchangeably for a look. All right, so the color that immediately I want to use in this palette is this blue right here. All right, so let's see how this looks. I'm gonna try to be as light-handed as possible because I don't want it to get too dramatic, but these are really dark colors. I'm actually gonna go in with a smaller brush. I think that would be smarter. I'm kind of just doing the outline of it first. Oh, and I didn't know this the last time I did my VISEART review on a palette, that the shade names are on the back of this cardboard. I mean, it is nice, but at the same point in time, I try not to keep too much packaging. So once you toss this, you kind of don't have the name. So it's not my favorite. So far, like, it's been nice because this is a dark shade. I did my base first and I'm not getting any crazy fallout all over the place. I'm just gonna pack it and then drag. And I am nervous about fallout because I'm wearing a cream blush and that will just stick to the blush. I do kind of want to bring in the purple as well, so I'm going to go in with that now. So that, oh, I should mention, the first shade that I use, that blue one, is called Monterey. And so now we're going to go into this purple shade, which is called Chosy, I think. Let me know in the comments if you know the proper pronunciation. And that purple is sitting on the blue exactly how I want it. I'm going to take an even smaller brush just to kind of really get in there. These are like the little Morphe brushes. I love them. So I think that's where we're going to stay with that. And then I'm going to go in with the ISBEL palette. And I want to go into this shade here called Deep Forest. It's a purple, green, blue, and purple multi-chrome. And I'm going to put that on the center kind of outer part of the lid. May want to go in, it's very smooth, so I'm actually going to go in with a brush, which I don't always do, but that looks really beautiful. I'm even going to spray the brush a little, just so it could be a little bit more metallic. I'm actually going to bring it in a little bit more than I thought. Alright, and then I'm going to go in now with the shade called Riverside, which is this one right here. That one is a blue. It's also a green, purple, blue multi-chrome, but it's more on the icy side. And I'm just going to take the same brush because I'm lazy. This one feels a little bit more creamy than that other shade, but I'm still going to spray just for the effect, since that looks metallic. If I put something more crumbly next to it, it might look a little weird. So I kind of went over that center shade more than I would have liked, so I'm going to go back over that. So this is the look. I think I am going to bring a little bit to the outer half of my eye. My problem is sometimes when I do my lower lash line, it just easily gets, my eyes get very, very tiny, so it's not my favorite. But we're going to try to do it and not go overboard. I can't make any promises, not even to myself. So I'm going to try to do the same thing I did on the top, and I'm going to go with the blue first. Actually going to bring it down more because it was up a little higher. My eyes are like almond shaped but very downturned on the outside. Now we're taking the purple. All right, this is the look. Let's see if we can replicate it on the other side. So I didn't have any new brow products to try, so I kind of just did my eyebrows off camera. And I'm gonna try out this new, to me, I don't think it's new. This is from Uoma Beauty. It's at Walmart. So I mean, this is like a high-end brand that's making affordable products in like mini sizes and bringing them to Walmart. And this is their Batter Boom mascara. So I wanted to try this. And this is what the brush looks like. And let's see how it applies. I hope to God this does not smudge on my lower lash line later on today, because that happens to me all the time and I really like my eye look, so it would be a shame. It feels really thick, but it doesn't feel dry and it doesn't feel wet and slippery. The brush on it was really, really nice because it really gripped onto it. I think it feels like it looks like a natural bristle brush, but it kind of feels like a silicone the way it grabs. It is a natural bristle brush, but it kind of grips the way a silicone one does, so it is very interesting. I really think I like it. I think it looks quite nice. I know it's kind of hard to see with the darker shadow today, but I think it looks pretty good. So all right, for my birthday in October, I got my little sample NARS lipstick and I never used it. It's brand spanking new, so I figured let's try it out today since we're trying a bunch of new things. I think this is like the lip balm that they came out this year. I like that. That was really nice. This is cute. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I was really happy playing with all of the makeup today. I think the VISEART palette was perfect. I didn't have any follow-up with those dark shadows, and considering I was wearing a cream blush, I was super nervous. The only thing that I was surprised with today's look was the ISBEL Cosmetics Donna Fall palette. Is this shade here is like super hard pan already, and this is the first time I used this, so it's a little disappointed. The application was fine, but I just hate to see hard pan in my shadows. And yeah, I know I can just scratch it, but it's not that fun when things are hard pan. As far as complexion products, beautiful. Like, there wasn't one thing that I didn't like. I loved the primer, I loved the foundation, I loved the blush, I loved the bronzer. The setting powder for under the eyes was absolutely perfect. This little NARS lip balm, super nice. I'm gonna throw this in my purse. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way everything came out today, and it was fun to play with stuff that I have been holding on to and I haven't had a chance to play with because December has been crazy. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, thank you guys. Love you. Bye.